Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our second session for ratio, proportion and variation. Friends, in the previous session we have discussed the theory and properties of ratio and proportion. In this session we'll be taking some problems based on these topics. Okay, we'll also be covering direct and inverse variations, problems on ages and chain rule. Okay, let's begin today's session. Now let's see this problem. If x is to y is 5 is to 2, then we have to find out the value of 8x plus 9y is to 8x plus 2y. Friends, since in entrance examinations we don't have to show the workings, we can directly put the value of x as 5 and value of y as 2 in this expression. So let's put the value of x as 5. So it is 8 into 5, 40 plus 9 into 2, 18. Divide by 8 into 5, 40 plus 2 into 2, 4. Okay, so 40 plus 18 is 58 and 40 plus 4 is 44. Finally it will be 29 by 22. Okay, so this is the correct choice. Okay friends, now in this problem, if 15% of x is equal to 20% of y, then x is to y. Friends, the both side percentage sign is there, so we can cancel this percentage sign. That means percentage is actually nothing but divide by 100. So if we are having 100 in the denominator of both the sides, it will get cancelled. So 15x is equal to 20y. Finally we are having, so x by y is equal to 20 by 15. So it's 5 4s are 5 3s are, so it's 4 is to 3, as simple as that. Okay friends, now let's see this problem. Here we have to find out x is to y. Friends, it is 4x square minus 3y square upon 2x square plus 5y square is 12 by 19. Let's cross multiply. So 19 into 4 is 76x square minus 19 into 3, 57 y square is equal to 12 into 2, 24x square plus 12 5 is 60 y square. Now 76x square minus 24 x square will be 52x square. Okay, and is equal to 60 plus 57, that is 7 plus 7, and 5 plus 6 is 11. It is 13 4s are and it is 13 9s are. That means x square by y square is equal to 9 by 4. That means x by y is equal to 3 by 2. Okay friends, it's a very simple application of ratio. Friends, in this case, you can even go by options also. X must be greater than y. Otherwise, 4x square will be less than 3y square and it will generate a negative value, and the denominator is actually positive. So we'll be getting a negative ratio. Okay, so that means we can choose either 3 is to 2 or 2 is to 1. So let's have a try with 3 is to 2. So if x is 3, so it's 4 into 9 minus 3 into 2 into 2, 4, divide by 2 into x square will be 9 plus y square will be 4. So it's 5 into 4. Now let's see whether we get 12 by 19 or not. So it's 36 minus 12 upon 18 plus 20. Okay, so 36 minus 12 is 24 by 38, which is actually 12 is to 19. Okay, so 3 is to 2 will be obviously the correct choice. We don't have to check. 2 is to 1. Okay friends, I hope you are clear. Now let's see this problem. 5x square minus 13xy plus 6y square is equal to 0. Then we have to find out x is to y. Now let's factorize this expression. It's 5 into 6 30. That means we have to choose two numbers whose their product must be 30 and their sum must be 13. So the numbers can be 10 and 3. So let's write it's 5x square minus 10xy minus 3xy plus 6y square. Now from this we can take 5x as common. Here we are left with x minus 2. From this we can take minus 3y as common. Then we are left with x minus 2. So finally 5x minus 3y into x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. I'm sorry, it must be y over here. So x minus 2y. So either 5x minus 3y is 0 or x minus 2y is 0. That means either 5x is equal to 3y or x is equal to 2y. That means x by y will be 3 by 5 or x by y will be 2 by 1. Okay. So x by y is 3 by 5 or 2 by 1. Okay friends. Now in this problem, if a by 3 is equal to b by 4 is equal to c by 7, then we have to find out the value of a plus b plus c by c. Friends, in this case, each ratio will be equal to sum of numerators by sum of denominators. That means a by 3 is equal to b by 4 is equal to c by 7 will be equal to a plus b plus c by 3 plus 4 plus 7. That is 7 plus 7, 14. Okay. And we have to find out the value of a plus b plus c by c. Now let's take these two terms. Here a plus b plus c by this c will be equal to 14 by 7, that is 2. Okay, it's very simple. Just we have used the property of ratio, that if a by b is equal to c by d is equal to e by f, then each ratio is equal to sum of numerators by sum of denominators. Okay friends. Now let's say this problem. If x is to y is 2 is to 1, then x square minus y square is to x square plus y square is. Now let's put the value of x as 2 and y as 1 directly into this expression. So x square will be 4, y square will be 1 and 4 plus 1. So it's 3 by 5. Okay friends, very simple. Now in this question, what is the ratio whose terms differ by 40 and measure of which is 2 by 7? Friends, let's understand the concept of parts. Here we see the ratio is 2 by 7 or the fraction is 2 by 7. Here the difference between the terms, that is numerator and denominator, is actually 5, and we have been asked this difference to be 40. That means 5 part is equal to 40. If 5 part is 40, the 1 part will be 8. Okay. Now then 2 part will be 16 and 7 part will be 56. So 16 is to 56 is the correct choice. Okay friends. Now we see this problem. What number must be added to each of the number 10, 18, 22 and 38 to make the numbers in proportion? That means we have to add a number to all of them, so that whatever the ratio 10 and 18, that is after maybe 10 plus x and 18 plus x is maintaining, the same ratio should be maintained by 22 plus x and 38 plus x. Okay, now let's do the problem backward by backward approach or by elimination of option. Suppose I choose the option A, that is 1. So it will be 11, 19, 23 and 39. No ratio is being maintained over here. Now let's take 2. So it's 12, 20, 24 and 40. Okay, so whatever the ratio 12 and 20 is maintaining, the same ratio is being maintained by 24 and 40. Okay, it's 24 is double of 12 and 40 is double of 20. So no paperwork is required. You can do the problem very easily, and 2 is the correct choice. Now let's see this question. Find a ratio whose terms differ by 99 and measure of which is 13 is to 22. Now what is the difference between 13 and 22? It's actually 9. So 9 part is 99, that means 1 part will be 11. Okay, that means 13 part will be 13 into 11, that is 143, and 22 into 11 will be 242. So this is the correct choice. You can do this problem even mentally. Now let's say this question. Two numbers are in the ratio 5 is to 8. If 12 is added to each, they are in the ratio of 3 is to 4. Find the numbers. Friends, let's do this problem by calculation of parts. Here the numbers are in the ratio 5 is to 8, and if we add 12, they are getting converted to 3 is to 4 ratio. Now here 3 is to 4, the difference is 1. Here the ratio between the difference between 3 and 4 is 1. Here the difference between 5 and 8 is 3. So to make this difference 3, we can create a new ratio that is 1. The difference is 1. So if we multiply it by 3, we'll be getting the difference between this antecedent and consequent as 3. Okay, so let's multiply it by 3. So it's 9 is to 12. Okay, now forget this. Now we are having this 9 is to 12. Now these are 4 part. Okay, now this 4 part is equivalent to 12 part. 12. That means 4 part is equal to 12. Then 1 part will be equal to 3. Now we have to find out the numbers. So it is 5 part and 8 part. So it is 3 into 5, 15, and 3 into 8, 24. Okay friends, it's very simple. You should practice to do this sort of sums mentally. Okay. Now similarly we can do this problem. The ratio of the ages of father and son at present is 6 is to 1. Father, son, 6 is to 1. Okay. After 5 years the ratio becomes 7 is to 2. Okay. Now here the difference between the numerator and denominator is 5, and here also it is 5. So we can make the direct comparison. Now this is what one part, and this one part is actually 5. If one part is 5, then 6 part will be 30, and this is 5. Now this is the present age of father and son. So what will be the present age of father? That is 30, and present age of son must be 5. Okay. So it's very simple, very fast. No need to make any sort of linear equations. Okay. Now see this problem. The ratio of Mina's age to Kamal's age is 3 is to 5, and sum of their ages is 80. The ratio of their ages after 10 years will be what? Now here the sum is 8 part, that is 3 plus 5, and 8 part is 80, that means 1 part is 10. Okay. 8 part is 80, that means 1 part is 10. That means 3 part is 30 and 5 part is 50. After 10 years their ages will be 40 and 60. So the ratio will be 2 is to 3. Okay, very simple. Now let's say this problem. Two numbers are in the ratio 5 is to 7. If 25 is subtracted from each, they are in the ratio of 35 is to 59. Find the numbers. Okay, so the ratio, present ratio is 5 is to 7. If 25 is subtracted, we get the ratio as 35 is to 59. Okay. Now here the difference between numerator and denominator, or we can say antecedent and consequent, is 2. Here the difference is 24. Okay, so we can also make this difference as 24. So what will be that? If I multiply each term by 12, so it is 60 is to 84. Okay, and it is 35 is to 59, and the difference between these two parts is 25. Okay, and the actual difference between these two is also 25. That means 25 part is 25. That means 1 part is 1. So the numbers will be 60 and 84. This is the correct choice. Okay. Now in this problem, if 1 is added to each of the two numbers, the ratio is 1 is to 2. When 5 is subtracted from each of them, the ratio is 5 is to 11. Here it is 1 is to 2 and here it is 5 is to 11. This ratio we are getting after adding 1 and this ratio we are getting after subtracting 5. That means mutual difference between these two terms is 6. Okay, that is 1 minus 5. Okay. Now we can make the comparison over here. Here the difference between numerator and denominator is 6. Here the difference is 1 only. So let's make this difference also 6. So multiply both the terms by 6. Then it is 6 is and 12 and here it is 5 is to 11. And the difference between both of them is 6. And here we see the difference is one part. That means one part is 6. That means 5 part is 30 and 11 part is 66. Okay, but this ratio we are getting after subtracting 5. So the original number will be 30 plus 5 35 and 66 plus 5 71. Okay, though there is no need to go for any sort of cross verification, still you can do. If you add 1 to both of them, will be getting 36 and 72, which maintains the ratio 1 is to 2. Okay friends, I hope it is clear to you. Now let's see this problem. A fraction becomes 1 by 3 if 1 is subtracted from its numerator and denominator. If 1 is added to both numerator and denominator, it becomes 1 by 2. Okay, that means it is 1 by 3 and it is 1 by 2. 1 by 3 we are getting if we are subtracting 1 and 1 by 2 we are getting if we are adding 1. That means the mutual difference between these two is 2. Okay, this is negative 1 and this is positive 1. So the difference between them is 2. Now here the difference between numerator and denominator is 1. Here it is 2. So let it also make 2. It's 1 is to 3 and it is 2 is to 4. And the difference between them is 2. Now exactly it is one part and one part is 2. That means 2 part is 4 and 4 part is 8. Okay. Now this 2 is to 4 we are getting after adding 1. That means the original numbers will be 3 and 7. Okay. So the numerator is 3. Okay friends. You can go even for cross verification. Suppose you subtract 1, you'll be getting 2 by 6, that is 1 by 3. And if you add 1, it will be 4 by 8, that is 1 by 2. Okay, though it is not necessary. Now let's see this problem. Two numbers are in the ratio 3 is to 5. If 9 is subtracted from each, the new numbers are in the ratio 12 is to 23. And we have to find out the smaller number. Friends, let's have an alternative approach for this problem. Let's go by options. The numbers are in the ratio 3 is to 5. That means the smaller number must be a multiple of 3. Okay. So from the options we can eliminate 49 and 55 since both of them are not multiple of 3. Now let's say 27 or 33. Any of them is the correct choice. Let's say 27 is the correct choice. Then if we deduct 9 from this particular number, it should be multiple of 12 as mentioned in the question. So suppose I deduct 9 from 27, I'll be getting 18. Okay. So it's not actually multiple of 12. So it cannot be the correct choice. Now we are left with 33. Though there is no need of cross verification, still we can do. After deducting 9 from 33, we'll be getting 24. Okay. If 3 is 33, 5 is 55. And if we deduct 9 from 55, we'll be getting 46. So the ratio is 12 is to 23. That means 33 is the correct choice. Okay. No paperwork is required at all. Now, two numbers are in the ratio 1 is to 2. If 7 is added to both, the ratio changes to 3 is to 5. And we have to find out the greater number. Now, let's take the first method to solve this problem. As of now, the numbers are in the ratio 1:2, and after adding 7, the ratio is getting changed to 3:5. Here the difference between numerator and denominator is 1, here it is 2. So let me convert this to 2. So it will be 2:4 and it is 3:5. Now the mutual difference between these is 7. Okay. Exactly it is one part. So one part is 7, then two part will be 14. And if one part is 7, four part will be 28. Okay. Now we have to find out the greater number. Definitely it will be 28. This was the first method. The other method is, since we have been asked about the greater number, that means the greater number will be definitely multiple of 2 if we go by options. So all the options are multiple of 2. Now to that particular number, if we add 7, it should be multiple of 5. Okay, so if I add 7 to 24, it is 31, which is not multiple of 5. If I add 7 to 26, it is being 33, which is also not multiple of 5. If I add 7 to 28, I am getting 35, so it can be one of the choice. And 32, if I add 7 to it, I am getting 39. So I have mentioned here two approaches to solve this particular problem. Even in this case, the answer is 28, and in this case, there is actually now no paperwork required. I hope you are clear with both the methods. Now let's see this problem. Rupees 1210 were divided among A, B, C so that A is to B is 5:4 and B is to C is 9:10. Let's find the combined ratio. That is A is to B is to C. It's 5, 4, 9, 10. Okay. So A is to B is to C will be 45. That is 5 into 9 is to 36. That is 4:9 is to 40. Okay. Now what is the part of C? It should be multiple of 40. Okay. So among the option we have only one correct choice, that is rupees 400. Okay friends. Now let's see this problem. If rupees 510 be divided among A, B, C in such a way that A gets 2/3 of what B gets and B gets 1/4 of what C gets, then their shares are respectively. Friends, it's very simple problem. We can do this problem even without paperwork. Now the ratio of A and B is 2:3. Okay, now let's go by option. Choose the option in which the ratio of A and B is 2/3. Let's see the first option. Here B is double of A, that means it cannot be the correct choice. In option 2, the ratio of A and B is definitely 2:3. It is 2 times 30 and it is 3 times 30. So it's correct, it is correct. Now see, just see, B gets 1/4 of C. That means B is getting 90 and C is getting 360. So even it is correct. Now let's see whether their sum is 510 or not. Now 360 plus 90 is 420. 450. 450 plus 60 is 510. That means all the conditions are fulfilled. Hence it is the correct choice. Okay. So actually no paperwork is required. Now let's say this problem. Rupees 366 are divided amongst A, B and C so that A may get 1/2 as much as B and C together and B may get 2/3 as much as A and C together than the share of A. Friends, very simple problem. A is getting half of B plus C. That means A is to B plus C is 1:2. That means of the entire portion, that is the 3 part, A is getting 1 part. That means A is getting 1/3 of 366. Okay. So it's 122. As simple as that. No need to make big equations. Just solve it like this. You'll be getting the answer very quickly and easily. Okay. Let's do the next problem. Now, two whole numbers whose sum is 72 cannot be in the ratio. That means in this particular problem we have to uh, find the correct ratio whose sum is factor of 72. Okay, now we have to see whether 72 can be distributed in the ratio 5 is to 7 or not. Now what is the sum of 5 and 7? That is 12. Okay, and 12 is factor of 72. That means 72 can definitely be uh, divided in the ratio 5 is to 7. So it cannot be the correct choice. Now 3 is to 5, it is 8. 8 is also factor of 72. That means 72 can be distributed in the ratio 3 is to 5. So even it won't be the right choice. Now 3 is to 4, that is 7, and 7 is not the factor of 72. That means you cannot distribute 72 into 3 is to 4. Let's see why it is not possible. I wish to distribute 72 into the ratio of 3 is to 4, and since the number are whole numbers, so 3 is to 4, that means 3 by 7 of 72. Now will not be getting the integral value over here. That means 72 cannot be distributed in the ratio 3 is to 4. I hope you are clear. Now this problem, the ratio of the number of boys and girls in a college is 7 is to 8. If the percentage increase in the number of boys and girls is 20% and 10% respectively, then what will be the new ratio? Okay, now boys and girls, existingly there are 7 part and of boys and 8 part of girls. So the boys are 7 part and the girls are 8 part. Okay, I just write it like this. Now boys are increased by 20%. So it's 1.2 times, and here it is 1.1 times, since the girls are increasing by 10%. Okay, now what will be the new ratio? 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12, so it is 21 by 22. Okay, very simple. Now let's see this problem. A sum of money is to be distributed among A, B, C, D in the proportion of 5 is to 2 is to 4 is to 3. If C gets rupees 1000 more than D, what is B's share? This is A, B, C and D. Now what is the difference between C and D? Here it is 1 part and actually it is 1000. That means 1 part is 1000. That means B share will be 2 part, that is 2000. Okay, very simple, no paperwork is required at all. Now let's see this problem. The prices of a scooter and TV are in the ratio 7 is to 5. If the scooter cost rupees 8000 more than a TV set, then the price of TV set is. Now what is the difference between a scooter and TV? The price of scooter and TV, that is 2 part, and actually 2 part is 8000. That means 1 part is 4000, and we have been asked about the price of TV set, that is actually 5 part. Okay, so if 2 part is 8000, 1 part is 4000, then 5 part will be 5 into 4, 20,000, isn't it? Now let's see this problem. The ages of A and B are in the ratio 3 is to 1. 15 years hence the ratio will be 2 is to 1. Their present ages are. Since we have been asked about ages of A and B, we can even go by elimination of option. As of now, the ratio should be 3 is to 1. Probably all the options will be in the ratio of 3 is to 1. Okay. But after 15 years, the ratio should be 2 is to 1. So let's see whether it happens or not in the first case. So after 15 years, it will be 45 and 10 plus 15, 25. So it's not the correct answer since they are not in the ratio of 2 is to 1. Now let's see in this case, 45 plus 15 is 60 and 15 plus 15 is 30. So they are in the ratio of 2 is to 1. So definitely it will be the correct choice. No paperwork is required at all. Okay. Now let's see alternative technique also. suppose A and B are in the ratio, here it is 3 is to 1. 15 years hence the ratio will be 2 is to 1. Here the difference is 2 part, here the difference is 1 part. So let's make this difference also 2 part. So it will be 4 is to 2. Now this is actually 1 part, or actually it is 15 years. So 1 part is 15, that means 4 part, that is 1 part is 15, that means 3 part is 45, and 1 part is 15, so it is 15. So 45 and 15 are their present ages. Okay friends, so I have mentioned here two techniques or two types of solutions. Okay, you can choose whatever you, according to your conveniency. Okay, let's do the next problem. Now let's see this problem. Here we have been given A and B are two alloys of gold and copper prepared by mixing metals in the ratio 7:2 and 7:11 respectively. If equal quantities of A and B are melted to form a third alloy, that is C, then the ratio of gold and copper in this particular alloy is what? Okay, equal quantities. Here suppose I see it is 9 kilograms and here it is 11 plus 7 18 kilograms. So if I have to melt equal quantities, I should make it also 18 kilograms. So if I double it, I'll be getting 18 kilograms. Okay, so it is gold, copper, alloy A, alloy B. Alloy A, gold will be double of 7, that is 14, and it is 4. Copper is 4. In this case it will be 7 and it will be 11. Okay, so it is 15 and it is 21. Okay, ratio of gold and copper, that is 21 and is to 15, that is 3 7 and 3 5. Okay, so it's 7 is to 5. As simple as that. No paperwork is required actually. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now in this case, the income of A and B are in the ratio 3 is to 2 and their expenditures are in the ratio 5 is to 3. If each saves rupees 1500, then we have to find out the expenditure of B. Okay, now income, it's A and B. Income ratio is 3 is to 2 and expenditure ratio is 5 is to 3. Okay, here the difference between this two terms is 1. Here the difference between these two terms is 2. So we cannot make the comparison directly. So let's convert this difference into 2. So it will be 6 is to 4 and here it is 5 is to 3. Now here it is income and it is expenditure, and this is one part. Okay, that is difference between income and expenditure is one part, and this one part is given as 1500. Now we have to find out the expenditure of B, which will be 3 parts. Okay, if one part is 1500, then 3 part will be 4500. As simple as that. See this. Now in this question, x cube plus y cube is to x cube minus y cube is given as 91 is to 37. Then we have to find out the value of this expression. Friends, we have studied componendo and dividendo. When a by b is equal to c by d, then a plus b upon a minus b will be equal to c plus d upon c minus d. Okay, now if it is given, it can be converted to this, and if it is given, it can be converted to this. Here we have been given x cube plus y cube is to x cube minus y cube, that is in this format. So we can convert this format to this format. Okay, so it is x cube plus y cube plus x cube minus y cube, that is I am applying componendo dividend over here, divide by x cube plus y cube minus x cube plus y cube is equal to 91 plus 37 upon 91 minus 37. Y cube is cancelled, here x cube is cancelled, 2 times x cube by 2 times y cube, that is x cube upon y cube is equal to 91 plus 37, that is 128 upon 91 minus 37, it is 64. Okay, I'm sorry, it will be 54. Now 128 is 64 and it is 27. That means x cube by y cube is 64 by 27. That means x by y will be cube root of this. So cube root of 64 is 4 and cube root of 27 is 3. Okay. Now put the value of x and y in the given expression. You will be getting the answer. Okay. It's 2 into x square will be 16 minus 3 into y square will be 9 divided by 3y square, that is 3 into 9. Okay, so it is 32 minus 27 over 27, that is 5 by 27. That means this is the correct answer. I hope you are clear. Now let's see this question. X cube plus 12x is to 6 square x 6x square plus 8 is 35 by 19. That is x cube plus 12x over 6x square plus 8 is 35 by 19. Now we have to find out the value of x. Seems to be a tedious problem. Friends, in the previous question we have discussed about the property of componendo and dividendo. That means if a by b is equal to c by d, then a plus b upon a minus b will be equal to c plus d upon c minus d. The same property I am applying over here once again. So it's x cube plus 12x plus 6x square plus 8 upon x cube minus 6x square plus 12x minus 8 is equal to 35 plus 19 over 35 minus 19. Okay. Now we see over here it is x plus 2 whole cube. Okay. So it's x plus 2 whole cube over x minus 2 whole cube is equal to 35 plus 19, that is 54 over 35 minus 19 is 16. Okay, I'm sorry, it is 20. Yeah, it is 16. Now x plus 2, let's cancel it. It is 27 and it is 8. So x plus 2 upon x minus 2 will be cube root of 27 is 3 and cube root of 8 is 2. So it's this. Okay. Then you can find out the value of x. It will be x by 2 is equal to 3 plus 2 over 3 minus 2, which is 5. So x is equal to 10. Okay, friends. I hope you are clear with the concept. Else, what you can do is you can choose the value of x from the options and you put the value of x either in numerator or denominator and just see whatever. Suppose I put the value of x from options in denominator, then it should be multiple of 19. Okay, so whichever the option is producing the multiple of 19, that particular option will be correct. In this case it is none of these. I hope you are clear. Now let's see this problem. If a is to b is to c is 2 is to 3 is to 4, then we have to find out a by b is to b by c is to c by a. Okay. Let's straight put the value of a, b and c. So a by b is 2 by 3 is to b by c is 3 by 4 is to c by a is 4 by 2. Now we have to take the LCM of 3, 4 and 2, that is 12. Multiply each term by 12. Okay, so it's 2 by 3 into 12 is to 3 by 4 into 12 is to 4 by 2 into 12. So it's 3 4s are 12, so 4 2s are 8. is to 4 3s are 12, 3 3s are 9, is to 2 6 are 12, 6 4s are 24. So we got the ratio as 8 is to 9 is to 24. Okay. Now let's see this problem. A is to B is 2 is to 3, B is to C is 4 is to 5, C is to D is 6 is to 7, and that we have to find out. A is to B is to C is to D. Okay, friends, you wish to do this problem without even paperwork? Let's see. Just see the method carefully. A is to B must maintain the ratio of 2 is to 3. Okay, so in this option, the ratio between A and B is not 2 is to 3, so it's cancelled. Here it is, so it can be one of the right choice. Here it is, even it can be one of the right choice. Here it is not maintaining the ratio of 2 is to 3, so even it is cancelled. Now the ratio between C and D is 6 is to 7. Now let's see over here. The ratio between C and D is not 6 is to 7, since 15 is not multiple of 6. So this is cancelled. Now we are left with option C. Now just see, the ratio between A and B is 2 is to 3. The ratio between B and C is 4 is to 5, which is also being maintained over here. It is 6 4s are and 6 5s are. Then ratio between C and D is 6 is to 7, which is also being maintained over here. It is 5 6s are and 5 7s are. Okay, so without even paperwork we have done this problem. Okay, the regular method or the manual method we have already discussed with in some previous problems. So I hope now you are comfortable with even this method. Okay, now this problem, the sum of three numbers is 98 if the ratio of first to second is 2 is to 3, and that of the second to third is 5 is to 8, then the second number is. Friends, even this problem can be done without paperwork. Okay, let's see how is it possible. We have to find out the second number. Then the ratio of first to second is 2 is to 3. That means the second number must be multiple of 3. And the ratio of second to third is 5 is to 8. That means the second number should be multiple of even 5. So the second number should be multiple of 3 and 5 both as well. So let's check from the option which of the option is multiple of 3 and 5 both. So 20 is not multiple of 3, 48 is multiple of 3, but it is not multiple of 5. It is not multiple of 3 and 5 both as well. So we are left with a single option, that is 30. I hope you are clear. Now let's see this problem. In a mixture of 60 liters, the ratio of milk and water is 2 is to 1. If this ratio is to be 1 is to 2, then the quantity of water to be further added. That we have to find out the quantity of water to be added. Okay. We wish to make this ratio as 1 is to 2. That means water should be double of milk. Friends, you wish to do this problem mentally? Let's try. Okay, suppose I want water to be double. That means I want water to be 4. Okay, so it's 2. I want this to be 4. This is milk, this is water. If I want water to be 4, I have to add 3 parts of water. Isn't it? 3 parts of water will be there, then water will be 4 and milk will be 2 and the ratio will be 1 is to 2. That means I have to add 3 parts of water. Now what is 3 part? This is total 3 part and this 3 part is actually 60. So how much water to be added? That is 3 part, which is nothing else but 60. Okay friends, no need to go for any sort of paperwork. You can do this problem smartly and intelligently. Okay. Friends, for better clarity of the concept, I just go for a cross verification. Milk and water 2 is to 1 ratio is required. I am adding 3 parts. That means I am adding 60 liters of water. Okay. So initially milk and water is 2 is to 1 ratio, that is 40 and 20. Now milk will be 40 only and I am adding 60 liters of water. That means now water is 20 plus 60, 80. Okay. Now what is the ratio? It's 1 is to 2. Okay, this working is only for your reference. Actually, in time of in examination timings, it is not required. Okay. Now, same as the previous case. In this problem, 85 kilogram of a mixture contains milk and water in the ratio 27:7. How much more water to be added to get a new mixture containing milk and water in the ratio 3:1? That means milk should be 3 times to water. Here, milk is 27 and water is 7. If I wish to get milk and water in the ratio 3:1, I need 2 more parts of water over here. That is 27:9. That means as of now I am having 7. That means I am having, I wish to have 2 parts of water. Okay. Now in all it is 34 parts. Now 34 parts is 85. Okay. Divide by 17 both the sides. 2 parts will be 5. As simple as that. You can do it quickly. Even mentally you can do it. Now let's say this problem. The average age of 3 boys is 25 years and their ages are in the ratio 3:5:7. Then we have to find out the age of the youngest boy. If average age of 3 boys is 25 years, that means their total age will be 75. Okay. Now we have to find out the age of the youngest boy. That means we have to find out the age of the boy in the having the term as 3. Okay. So it is total 7 plus 5, 12 plus 3, 15. If it is 3 out of 15, then from 75 it will be 15. Okay friends, as simple as that. Now in this question, the speed of 3 cars are in the ratio 5:4:6. Then we have to find out the ratio between the time taken by them to travel the same distance. Definitely speed and time are in inverse variation. That means the car which is having higher speed will take less time to cover up the same distance. Okay, so the speed of car is in the ratio 5:4:6. Then their timings will be in the ratio, it will be reversed. That means if the speed is in the ratio 5:4:6, their timing ratio will be 1:5:1:4:1:6. Now let's take the LCM of 5, 4 and 6. It will be 60. We just multiply each term by 60. Okay, so it's 12, it's 15, it's 10. Okay, so 12:15:10 is the correct choice. Okay. Now let's see this problem. There are a total of 30 employees in a company. The ratio of male employees to female employees is 8:7. How many female employees have to be recruited so that the ratio becomes 1:1? As of now, the ratio is 8:7. Okay. I want is to be 8:8. That means I wish to add one part over here. Okay. It's one part. Now in all it is 8 plus 7, 15 parts. Now 15 parts is 30. That means one part is 2. Okay. And I am in requirement of only one part. That means one part is 2. Okay friends, as simple as that. Still no paperwork is required even in this case. If you wish to go for a cross verification, you can even go for that. I just elaborate it over here. 30 employees, male, female, 16 and 14. I am recruiting 2 females over here. So they will be 16 and males are 16. So the ratio is 1:1. As simple as that. Okay. Now let's say this problem. In an examination, the ratio of Ajay's and Balu's marks is 4:5. If each of them had scored 36 more marks, the ratio of their marks would be 7:8. As of now, it is 4:5, and after the increment of 36 marks, the ratio is 7:8. Okay, since the difference between here, the difference between the terms over here is 1 and the same is over here. So we can make a direct comparison. Here it is actually 3 parts and in actual these 3 parts is 36. So one part is 12. Okay. Now we have to find out the marks of Ajay and Ballu. Even in this case, we have to find the marks of Ballu, which will be 5 part. If one part is 12, 5 part will be 60. Okay. As simple as that. Friends, if we look at the given options, we can think of one more technique over here, or we can think of one more method over here. Baloo's marks must be multiple of 5. Okay. And in the given options, only one choice we are having, which is multiple of 5. So even if you don't want to solve this sort of problem, you can blindly mark answer A in this case. Okay. But first of all, you just you should have a look at the options. Now let's say this problem. A party is attended by a total of 60 persons. If the ratio of men and women is 3:2, how many more men must join the party to make the ratio 7:3? Okay. As of now, there are 60 persons. So men and women must be 36 and 24. That is the ratio as 3:2. Okay. Now we want more men to join the party to make the ratio 7:3. Okay. Now just go by option. Just don't go for any sort of paperwork. Just see what would you add to this 36 so the number becomes multiple of 7. Okay. Because finally we want the men should be number of men should be multiple of 7. Okay. Suppose I add 10 to it. What I'll be getting? 46. So it's not the correct choice. Suppose I add 15 to this 36. What I'll be getting is 51. So even this is not the correct choice. Suppose I add 20. So what I'll be getting? 36 plus 20, 56. Okay. So this may be the correct choice. Okay. If I add 25 to plus 36, then 6 plus 5, 11, 3, 3 and 2, 5 and 1, 6. Even 61 is not the multiple of 7. So only 20 suits over here. Now let's go for cross verification. Though it is not required, but for the sake of clarity, I'm just going for cross verification. Now 36 plus 20, that is 56. 56 men and 24 women. Now what's the ratio? It's 8, 7 and 8, 3. Okay, we are getting the ratio 7:3. Very simple. This working I have shown over here just for the sake of clarity. Otherwise, there is no requirement of paperwork. Okay, I hope you are clear. Friends, we'll be doing more such problems in our next sessions. We'll be taking the concept of even variation and application of ratio and proportion also will be taking. Okay, I hope you might have enjoyed the session. Do revise the session and let's meet in the next session once again. Bye bye and all the best. Okay.